Corona cooking with Steph. I thought I'd try something different today and I would share some of my simple recipes that I am using at home to cook while I am in self-isolation. To cook lots of simple, easy, quick meals that I can throw together. I also like to cook things that my 2-year-old can get involved in, get his hands dirty, and I think that these 2-ingredient pizza dough Margarita pizzas are the perfect answer to that. So if you love pizza, if you want to try something different, if you want to use up the ingredients that you have in the pantry and the fridge and make something that's quick and easy that you can have for lunch, that you can have for dinner, and that you can even freeze, then stay tuned and I will step by step show you how to put these together. Super simple, easy, quick, cheap, and yummy. So as I said, super simple ingredients. We've got a cup of Greek yogurt. I think you can use natural. I haven't before. I have a cup and a half of self-raising flour, and I also have a little bit of pink sea salt in there, about a teaspoon. I've got a heap of little cherry tomatoes from my garden, a little bit of basil, tasty cheese. Now, because this is all about Corona cooking, you just need to cook with what you have. Would I prefer to be cooking with mozzarella and bocconcini? Yes, 100%. Do I have that in my fridge? No. So whatever cheeses you have will work fine. I'm also going to add a little bit of Greek feta, just for that little bit of extra salt kick. And I've got some homemade pasta sauce or tomato-based sauce, which I can use for lots of different things, but I'm going to use that as the base for my pizzas today. So that's it. So simple. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, 5 or 6 ingredients really, and they're going to be delicious. The first thing you want to do is dump in that flour and salt, and you're just going to mix it until it forms a dough. The original yogurt dough recipe calls for a cup of flour and a cup of yogurt, and I just find the consistency is always a bit too runny, so I always end up having to add more flour. I'd rather just work with a bit more. You can see it's quite clumpy. Until I knead it, it's not going to fully come together because the yogurt kind of like has the flour sticks to it. So I will start kneading that now. I always put down a generous amount of flour just to knead into as well, and I'll just knead it onto that, and hopefully the dough will come together. As you can see, it's a pretty shaggy dough and it's still quite tacky, so I always incorporate a little bit more flour as I work it in. I'm going to make this into 4 pizzas and make mini-sized pizzas, or you could do 2 larger size bases. So I'm going to do that now and I'll roll them out, and then I'll show you what they're looking like before we add the topping. So a lot of people would use a rolling pin traditionally. I just like to use my hands. As I said, the dough is pretty tacky, so I just find it's better, and I don't mind the rustic look of them either. So I have an excellent helper with me today, my 2-year-old Emmett. He's just turned 2 in February. So as you can see, they make a fairly decent sized little pizza. So you get 4 of those. You can make even small ones again and probably get about 8 out of it. Oh, good job, thank you. Luckily, one of these is his. And they're really good. This is a really great, easy recipe that your kids can either make on their own or you can really help them. So I find it's a really good recipe for that. So now I'm going to add the topping. Oh, good job. I'm adding my cherries on whole, but you can cut them in half or even smaller if you liked. You can use whatever toppings on this you like, but I'm making a semi-traditional margarita. How many tomatoes are there? Whispering counting is all the rage. Now, sadly, my basil was looking a little bit sad, so I've only got a little bit, so I'm going to tear it up, but there's already some basil in the sauce, so it's not all so sad. Basil, don't we, Emmett? And now I'm just going to put a little bit of feta on, and they're going to go in the oven. Super happy with how these turned out. They are looking delicious. You can see the one that was on the top shelf, the blistered cherries. I put these in the oven on 190 degrees for approximately 17 minutes. You of course can make the dough as thick or as thin as you like. We prefer a thinner base, and now I'm going to cut them up and we're going to enjoy. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like it, as I said, please let me know, and I'm happy to keep filming what I'm cooking while I am self-isolating and stuck at home with my 2-year-old. Bye for now. See you next time.